Hi, I've created this podcast around this aspect of returning to the self because I wanted to share something that has unfolded in the group Zoom this morning with the subscription group. And it was so powerful because it just feels bigger than the dream I had, because I get downloaded via my dreams a lot of the time information about what it is that I'm here to channel for the awaken the psychic within. So it's like a collective teaching that that delivers through me in my sleep or just before the Zoom. So here it is. This dream was about a retreat. And the question I posed was this retreat about trying to manifest, or a manifestation of what is our own inner home, just waiting to be claimed and waiting to be embraced and harnessed, lived in. So I remember this was a guest house, and there was a knowing that it was in Greece, and this was given to me, and it's like, wow, you can use this whenever you want. You have access to this home, this retreat space. So, but somewhere, and this is a dream, by the way, that I've had for a while, is to travel and to host spiritual events. But I'm bearing in mind that this was given, and we talk about gifts. We are really given these moments, and I remember getting quite agitated that previous owner had left small belongings behind. There were just a few. There were bits missing to the home that needed doing up, and they left this little black buggy outside. Things that technically shouldn't have been there anymore if they're handing over a property for me to use. And I just remember thinking about having to pretty it up and make it appealing. And this was taking so much of the forefront, replacing my ability to celebrate this opportunity. And I always talk about when things happen in our life, we always say, what a gift, as Kabbalah teachings would mention. But I was focusing on, as I said, what needs to be cleared. And so many people, we talk about this, shadow work is getting rid of. I just need this healing and just this radical healing. I'm going to get rid of entity. But when we receive the manifestation, how many times have you came into an aspect of life that just is aligned for you, you know? But we're more prone to focus on what's next. A lot of people I see this in my work as a therapist, people capture some insight and they straight away go, okay, so what's the next move? So we rush too much, you see. I dreamt in this home that I was looking for bath mats and throws and accessories to pretty this accommodation, trying to make it right. But there was something I was shown very specific. It was this green and blue cushions, like they were sequenced, very eye-catching. They would draw people in with the way it reflects light. And it was powerful because it's a realization, Jen in the dream, that I didn't need to redo anything. See, these pillars represent, for me, they were bluey green. It was matching up the story, the lessons in here, and being able to share them with my throat chakra, blue. The blue is the throat chakra. So this is what really struck me. These cushions were quite big, and what that meant was I've actually owned cushions like that in the past, smaller versions. I actually replaced them years ago with I was changed decor to more neutral tones. And this is the thing, we tend to neutralize our quirks to blend in. And the question I posed in my reflection in the morning was, so I'm not meant to become someone entirely new. When I step into the future version of me, is about expanding who I already was. I'm marrying former parts of me with parts that are futuristic. So you have to integrate past, present, and future. What the heart of everything in everything that I teach, and if you look at the course modules on the platform, on the subscription group, there's module 1 and 2 is about not destroying identity. It's about alchemizing identity. So you have to shift as opposed to leave. And it's the returning to the self. And how you return to the self is you marry up your masculine and feminine energy. You do the shadow work. And I'll talk more about this in the subscription group about shadow work. And that links to the dream I had the day before the retreat dream, where I talk about having dates with your future self. You have to really feel into what that future self is requiring from you now in this present moment to carry out the actions to become and meet that future person. And what I understood about this retreat center, about the home, is I kept hearing we have to regularly return inward here, not externally, internally. And the traffic are the thoughts to vehicles, you see, because I dreamt that as I came out of this sanctuary, I had to go through this rush hour traffic. And I recall there being woodlands somewhere in this. And in hindsight, or reflection, sorry, I walk across woodlands every day in the morning. That's my walking prayer. So I recall the traffic feeling really intense, and this has led me to wonder, what if thoughts are like cars? You are one vehicle on the road with thousands of thoughts. And here's the thing, you don't need to chase every car in rush hour if you leave yourself time. You don't need to compete with every thought if you've allowed space here. You've allowed space for your journey. So you can let others pass in front of you. You can let all the details, the hows, the whens, the whys, you can let them go because your arrival isn't compromised when you continue to tap in. So prayer really gets misunderstood. For me, it's not about wishing or praying for things to stop. It's about acknowledging what's going on and praying on the tools. You're deliberating with Source, and you're asking the universe to help you distinguish what is the guidance, what's the calling from your egoic urgency, what needs regulating in your body. We hear the soul. So I just want to sort of thread in from the Zoom this morning because the themes were just so powerful. And it's just so fascinating how all our encounters seem to reflect each other's. And that is a demonstration of how everyone is interlinked. There was reflections from other members about dreams around vehicles and crashes, cars that were parked near water. We looked at the symbolism, the baby and the buggy. One member actually spoke about that experience as a child, that she was often left in a buggy outdoors to calm down or to sleep. And underneath all of our reflections, there's these questions that come up quite regularly, not just in this morning's Zoom, but in others and with my members one-to-one, is how do I trust the self? How can I trust the calling, the guidance? That's what it is. Can I stay in my lane without rushing? Do I need to seek counsel elsewhere? Can I just trust that I know what I'm doing here and I'm being guided? So let's just go on to about this guest house again. I know I'm honing in on it, but it was the leftovers, you know, and the belongings that were left. And these are the old identities that aren't fully cleared when we're here, when we're in this lifetime, because we have ancestors that have given us things to do. And perhaps the buggy as well is the bit where we invite into our home. This is what we gathered in the Zoom. One of the members said, what if we were to bring the buggy into the home? And because, you know, that's when we can integrate. The traffic, just to reiterate that the compound of mental noise and how to quiet that is to seek divine guidance in what's natural. That was the woodland. What's natural? And what's natural are not loud thoughts. What is more ornate is the ones that remain when you're in stillness. It's the reflections or the insights that are subtle. So I'm going to throw this question out to you. I want you to hear this and take this in. Where are you being given something expansive? You have a dream. If you can dream it, it's there already for the taking. But where are you focusing on what still needs to be cleared? What do I need to change. I need to get rid. Own your quirks, because these are parts of the old self that you need to bring in to your home. And are you rushing your destiny? Are you busy becoming distracted on unnecessary tasks? Can't get the word out. Or are you trusting that if you stay in your lane, if you focus on you instead of interfering what everyone else is doing, you will arrive exactly on time because you are focused on the self? So I'm going to invite you to meditate on how you keep returning home, what that looks like for you, in order for you to discern when you're forcing things. And perhaps, understand that the retreat is there for you, it's waiting for you, it's always there. And so, yeah, if this resonates with you, if there's things that really stood out or just silently touched your spirit, feel free to reach out, drop me a comment, a message. And if you want to go deeper into this process of finding and transforming the self, expanding, that's exactly why I've created the Awaken the Psychic Within. This is a reminder, time and time again, I've understood by holding space for so many people over, 20 years. We don't fix ourselves. Every time I've seen someone expand, they've remembered exactly who they are. So I hope that helps.